Good morning. All right, so we've got a new video today. We're going to be doing a little bit of a double feature. Today we're going to be looking at not only the Hasbro Marvel Legends Marvel Studios Spider-Man No Way Home Marvel's Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, as well as the Hasbro Marvel Legends Marvel Studios Marvel's Spider-Man No Way Home Marvel's Green Goblin. Is there enough Marvels in there? Yeah, so No Way Home was a movie that came out mid-COVID, and I never saw it. Shocker. The trans woman who doesn't like going outside didn't see a movie. I never saw it when it came to streaming. Didn't see it when it came out on Blu-ray. We own it on Blu-ray. I'm just lazy, and I've never gotten around to doing it. But like most people my age, I have a strong attachment to the Sam Raimi movies. I think, what was it, 2001 for Spider-Man 1? Yeah, no, I was a little kid by then, so growing up with these movies, nostalgic. I was really happy to track down Tobey, and I just had Willem Dafoe on pre-order. So both of them arrived about the same time. I found Tobey out in the wild in a Walmart in the middle of nowhere. So I figured I would just talk about them at the same time. Same movie. They were also from the same original trilogy. So easy double feature. So in terms of Tobey's box, it's, you got the Spider-Man, a lot of Spider-Man. Tobey's just in the center. And then poster from the movie showing the three Spider-Mans. Our friendly neighborhood hero swings in to help his fellow Spideys in his iconic suit. And then Green Goblin is a little different. It is a windowless box because this was from when Hasbro was going all in on windowless packaging. They're evidently moving back to windowed packaging. So weird transitional period. But we've got some artwork of the character on the front. Figure action pose, not really, just showing the accessories, and then the figure. All right, let's get these two open. All right, so we have got here the classic OG early 2000s Sam Raimi Spider-Man suit, and yeah, I like it. It is, it's a Spider-Man figure in the year 2023 from Hasbro. Most of them are pretty dang good. A big favorite of mine is the Renew Your Vows. Most people are going to say that. But in terms of MCU Spideys, I don't own a lot. I've got the Iron Spider from Infinity War downstairs, and I think I've got the Night Monkey stealth suit one hanging around somewhere, but I tend to stay with the comic stuff for Spidey. Just not huge on Tom Holland. Obviously, I'm going to want to compare this to the other Maguire figure that came out this year. The Figuarts from Tamashii Nations, Bandai of Japan. They go by many things, and it's very different divisions, and I don't understand it. But this is their attempt on the costume. Two very different figures. The Hasbro one is a lot brighter. The Tamashii one is a lot darker. I will say I do like the darker coloring on the webs of the Tamashii one, but I do like the lighter colors of the red and the blue on the Hasbro. If I could somehow squish them together, I think that would probably be the perfect Tobey. Obviously, you're going to see some smudging on the torso. Doesn't really line up in some spots, but honestly, for a $23, $4, $5 figure, the price keeps going up every day. I can't complain because 9 out of 10 Spideys are just not painted, but pretty decent. The spider logo is at least fully painted, which, can't complain on that. The head, yep, that's Tobey. There's a little bit of smudging on mine right here, but aside from that, pretty decent. The back, not huge on how the articulation just cuts that. I will say it was smart of Hasbro to sculpt a little bit more of the other side inside the torso, so it looks a little more organic when you cut it like that. And then just, you know, the legs, the boots. It's pretty simple. You know, a lot of Marvel Legends these days, they do a thing where like the plastic tends to not line up on limbs and torsos, but this one's pretty dang universal. Yeah, no, it's very consistent. Web lining could be a little cleaner. It's a bit splotchy, but you know, not bad. And I do like the coloring of this one a lot more than the Tamashi version. Now, in terms of articulation, this is a Spider-Man, so, you know, Hasbro tries to go out and make it a little nice. So, got a ball joint at the head. It is running on a dumbbell, so you kind of get 360 at the neck and then 360 at the head also. But because of that, can't really look up all the way. You can do a decent amount. Look down, barely at all. Got a butterfly joint that doesn't really do much of anything. Double jointed elbows. It's a Spider-Man. All of the hands just have a hinge and swivel. Then there is a ball joint here at the torso. And there's an ab crunch. Ooh, that's nice. Very clicky. No waist swivel or anything. I kind of wish it would do a waist swivel here as well. But tomato, tomato. There is, I think there's like one of those like drop down joints where it's like a hinge and then the ball for the like the thigh and the waist. You can kind of see it in action. Not huge on those just because it feels like the figure has less stability. Swivel. Double jointed legs. Bit tight to go. And then standard hinge and swivel for the feet. And then for the accessories, not a lot. He's got the standard thwipping hands. Strangely enough, he doesn't come with a fist, so he's got a fist and then this like wall crawling, emoting Shakespearean hand. I have no idea what they were going for here. I would have preferred if it was just two hands, two flips, or at least have a full set of this and then a set of fists and then thwips. I don't know. And then there is the Maguire head. Apparently the 3-pack version did not have heads, and then Hasbro announced that they were doing 3-pack or individual packs with the heads. I'm sure that made a lot of people mad, but I think that this got leaked way in advance. Like, I'm talking like sometime last year. And yeah, no, that is a Tobey head if I ever saw one. There is just barely a little bit of stubble on the face. Honestly, it's more of a like early 2000s Tobey than the old man Tobey that the movie has. So I guess if you're wanting just more of a standard Spidey, that is fine. But I'm probably not even going to use this head because my grand plan is I'm going to paint this whole figure black or, you know, dye it, synthetic dye, whatever process. And then I'm going to make it the black suit, and then I'm going to track down a 3D printed head of like emo Spidey. All right, and then after Tobey, we've got Mr. the Grumbler himself, William Dafoe's Green Goblin, who is not being so kind to stand up. Okay, perfect. So Gobby is more of a hybrid of sorts. You know, it is the suit from the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man. However, it has been kind of scrapped a little bit, just kind of using spares. He has like a hoodie in the movie, and so it ends up becoming part of the armor. The intention obviously being that it ends up looking sort of like the original comic suit, but you end up kind of getting this weird halfway point between comic Gobby, the Raimi Gobby, and then them kind of trying to do their own thing. Apparently, according to the art book, at some point it was going to be just like a stolen Iron Man armor, which, you know, would have been kind of neat. It would have been a whole like Iron Patriot thing. would have been cool. So the big thing that everybody is talking about, at least from the spaces I've been paying attention to, is the face is insane. So let's pop off that hood real quick. Yeah, no, that is certainly a twisted little freak. That is a really nice Defoe likeness, especially for, I think this deluxe figure is like 50. Yeah, no, super nice. I'm really impressed with how good this looks. Got that sinister, crazy gobby grin. The goggles do come off. I just kind of have them sitting like this right now. But yeah, no, super cool. Then the goggles just kind of rest on his head like actual goggles. Gonna have to get them in position, which is fun. And then obviously, you know, it has the hood on. And then the hood goes down into this tattered cloth stuff. Looks good. It very much is covering up the figure underneath, but doesn't get out of the way, doesn't hinder articulation or anything. And he's got some more armor plates, and then he's got his like arm knife. He's like Wolverine. Don't quite get why they gave him this. Kind of looks out of place, and it's not something that he typically has in the comics, but it's something, I guess. He does have it on both sides, that this one's more of a missile launcher thing. Then he's got strapped down a little bag. You know, he's got his snacks if he's hungry. Very nice metallic green for the whole body. You've got some more like scrapped parts. This is pretty neat because it looks like it's showing the actual underframe or construction of the suit, which is kind of cool. But again, it kind of just shows off the like scrapped look more than anything. But we should be able to fix that because since the head is removable, so is the hood. But yeah, no, this is the figure underneath. I'm going to have to pop off this knapsack. I'm going to have to boil one of the arms off and just yank it out, pop it back in, and then just take this stuff out. But yeah, no, it is mostly the Green Goblin from the Raimi trilogy. Obviously a very battle-damaged one. But I'm sure some lunatic out there has already like worked some kind of 3D printed kit to refurbish this, or I wouldn't be surprised if Hasbro has some sort of plan to do like a deluxe Gombi release. But with that, skipping accessories a little bit, he does come with a helmeted head, which this is much better for me. This is that stupid, dumb Power Rangers villain, tokusatsu, Super Sentai, Kamen Rider kind of thing. It's funny. It's classic. It feels right. Obviously, the neck is sticking out. I could paint that green. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Hasbro's planning on a single card release of just Goblin. And then you can use the glider from the No Way Home figure. But yeah, no, this with this bit removed is definitely hot. And then moving on to articulation, you've got a dumbbell joint at both the head and the neck. Pretty good. No butterfly or anything on the torso. Hinge and swivel. Angry cat outside. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. Pretty simple Legends articulation. This one has a ball joint at the torso, no waist articulation. This one also has the drop down hip thing, and just swivel, and then double joints. And then we're gonna have to zoom out for the accessory. So obviously you saw the helmet. He also comes with a Cabo grenade pumpkin bomb, which he can indeed hold. Pretty simple, fits in the hand, works good. But the big thing, and the reason why this is a deluxe release, is the glider. This thing is huge, and I am a serious fan of how it turned out. Great detail. It is kind of that basic, trying to look gunmetal gray plastic. It's just more gray than anything. You've got the purple, which is super clean, got a nice texture. You can hear that on the inside. No painted details whatsoever, but there are some nice sculpted bits. There's some green lights. which is kind of cool. But yeah, no, this is pretty simple. There's a base that does plug in, and when I say it plugs in, I mean it is tight. It's going to be a struggle to get in, and I don't see why I would want to pull it out. Yeah, no, I'm blown away with how this looks. Super big, super fancy. This is definitely going in the centerpiece of like a little Raimi trilogy display, because they are putting out a Doc Ock, which I'm gonna have to pick up. It's the Spider-Man 2 design, because I guess they couldn't get the look from No Way Home, which is a little weird. And then there's also the Sandman from the No Way Home wave, which I might pick up just to have a little like villain trio set. But you can pose Gobbo with your Tobey, and then you can put your Doc Ock and your Sandman and have a whole little diorama, maybe. All right, and overall that is the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home. You've got the Tobey from the single release wave, and then you've got Green Goblin, the deluxe figure. Both very nice figures. Tobey is pretty standard if you have the figure arts or the 3-pack version. There's no real reason to pick up this figure. You may be saying, but Celine, didn't you also pick up the figure arts? And I will say yes. But as I mentioned before in the video, I'm wanting to paint this one up to be the emo bully Maguire. And then I'm going to just have the figure arts being the regular Spidey. So, good figure, will be very good fodder, and I can't wait to see how that looks. I will probably make a post in the community tab or whatever when that happens. And then Green Goblin is definitely the star of the show. That is some really nice detailing. The paintwork is really solid, but the glider is the big thing. That is so beastie. It's really nice, and you kind of can't get a scope of how big it is until you hold it. But with that in mind, I would probably skip on this. Like I said, if you've got either of them, if you want a Tobey, get the figure arts, because this is a nice figure. And then obviously, you know, there's no Green Goblin out right now. I'm really hoping that they do a figure from the first movie. I know there's some third-party offerings that probably are better than this. And, you know, you could probably combine the glider with that figure, but who knows. But yeah, no, very happy with both of these, and I can't wait to put them on the shelf. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you coming by, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Trying to figure out a new YouTube outro goodbye thing, so I'm gonna try alternating a couple of different things. But like I said, thank you for coming by, and I hope you like the new videos. I'm hoping I can keep it up and keep the pace going. So have a good one. Talk to you soon.